So Ulanzi sent me a bunch of accessories. These are new lenses for the Mavic Air 2, which is the anamorphic wide angle, and also a fisheye lens. And the one thing, when you first see these lenses, they're very unique as far as how they mount on there. And a lot of things come to mind of how I want to use them. Only problem is the quality on these lenses just was not up to par. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Aldrin Anastasio. I do a lot of drone tech, tips, tutorials, and product reviews right here on this channel. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing and also hitting that bell to be notified when I post new videos. Now, I've actually reviewed a lot of Ulanzi products in the past, and I think most notable is that they have a lot of cages and kind of gear for a lot of the action cameras out there, everything from the GoPro Osmo Action, as well as some of the other ones. So I've done a bunch of reviews from Ulanzi, so I was definitely excited because I know that they are a quality company, especially when it came down to some of these other products. And I'm also testing out this fast claw system that they have for your cameras, which are really good. And actually, I'll be talking about that in a future video. So I'm super excited to test them out, and they all came in 3 separate boxes. Each lens comes separately. But they also have this case here that it comes with that can hold all 3 lenses. Now, of the 3 lenses, I think the first thing that came to mind is something like the wide angle lens, where I felt like maybe, if you are in a tight quarters and you're not able to maybe back up far enough on your drone, that maybe a wide angle lens might be beneficial, so you don't have to necessarily do a wide panoramic shot or something like that to fit everything in there. Very different. It's not a regular lens that you would necessarily just put right over the existing camera. These actually clip into the factory holder that the ring sits on. So if you were to ever put on a filter onto the Mavic Air 2, you're gonna have to take off the outer ring, the factory outer ring, and then you're gonna have to clip in a filter. So you're gonna have to do the same thing here. You actually take off the factory outer ring on that camera, and what they have here is the lens attached to basically just those prongs that go right into those little hooks that normally would hold on a filter. Pretty cool. I saw that, I was like, oh, this is a new kind of design. You don't have to have a big kind of case around it or a housing around it. And these actually go inside of those clips. So once I got that attached, I just powered everything on and then took it outside just to see exactly how much wider this lens really is. And once I put it on there, I initially thought I might have put it on backwards or wrong because of the fact that when I was looking at my monitor, it did feel pretty blurry on the edges. Kind of like a vignette, but just all blurry all around. It was pretty sharp in the middle, but I thought I maybe installed it wrong or maybe put it upside down. So I then took everything off, put it back the other way, and just twisted this around because they can go on either way. So I put it on the other way just to see if there maybe is a difference on flipping it around. It was just too blurry on the edges. Yes, it did make it a little bit wider, but definitely not going to be the quality you're going to want. And I thought maybe just because of the fact I have it here on the ground that it was giving me that maybe there's some sort of minimum focus distance or something around that. So I took it up in the air, of course, and tried to get some test shots with the wide angle lens. So as you can see here, I did a little side by side just to see how much wider you're able to get. But yes, you are able to get a wider shot, but just look at how blurry the edges are. I thought, in a way, it almost felt like I was doing something where I had some sort of tilt shift on it because it was so blurry that I was like, oh, maybe it's a cool tilt shift lens. But no, it just really was not usable at all. I was really excited about the wide angle lens because of the fact that, there are a lot of times where maybe you're trying to shoot a building or you're trying to shoot a bridge. I was hoping that this wide angle lens definitely would help that. And, you can see here that the footage just really isn't that usable. The next lens we have here is a fisheye lens. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with fisheye lenses, it basically gives you a super wide view. But the problem with that is it kind of gives you that tiny planet type of look. So I know a lot of people just really aren't into it. It might give you a kind of cool perspective for a little bit, but it's definitely not something that you're going to probably use in your production. So I think, these lenses in general are just kind of fun lenses, I would say. And then of course I tried the anamorphic lens, and I was only shooting during the day when I was testing this out. So I definitely need to take this out again to try it at night, maybe where, maybe there's some sort of nighttime skyline or something like that where I can probably best use this anamorphic lens as far as getting those horizontal flares in my footage. I just wanted to go outside real quick just to see how it flares up or how the flares actually look in it, just by doing a couple of shots outside in the sun, as well as just testing it out here at home with some of my lights. But I definitely want to take this out again. I think of these 3 lenses that maybe I have a lot more hope or a little more hope that I might be able to get something usable out of the anamorphic lens. So I do have a little bit of hope here on this anamorphic lens. I might be able to get 1 or 2 clips that show some cool, horizontal flares in my footage that I might be able to cut into my existing story. And there it is, guys. Just a quick video to talk about some of the new lens adapters for the Mavic Air 2 from Ulanzi. As always, if you guys got some value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated. And also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. This is Alger Anastasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.